you. I welcome everyone in this webinar and thank you for joining us for this today's webinar. My name is Dr. Pradeep Kumar Kars and I am working as assistant professor at Department of Mechanical Engineering, Parul University. Now I would like to welcome Dr. Ganesh Shukla sir on behalf of Parul University. Now I would like to introduce today's expert. So Dr. Shukla sir completed BE in Industrial and Production Engineering from Government Engineering College, Jabalpur, M.Tech from ISM Dhanbad, and PhD from IIT Bombay. He is currently working as an assistant professor at the Department of Industrial and Production Engineering, Guru Ghansidas Central University, Bilaspur. He has 13 years of industrial and research experience. His research interests are manufacturing strategy, sustainable manufacturing, green manufacturing, industrial engineering, operational management, and green supply chain management. He has published many international journal and conference papers. Welcome, Ganesh Shukla sir. Ganesh Shukla
Okay,
sir.
thank you.
Yeah.
Should I start my presentation now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
You are
thank you,
audible.
Dr. Pradeep,
Welcome, sir.
for my brief introduction. And first of all, I would like to extend. Considered me as an expert for this webinar. Along with that, I also would like to extend my thanks to Parul, in management of the Parul University, head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, and all the faculty members. Then now I have been given the task to take this webinar, and I hope all the students, those who are joining this webinar, they belong to the mechanical and production engineering stream. Then now what I have chosen this important and contemporary topic, that is fundamentals of green manufacturing and its importance. Dr. Pradeep, I'll request you, if I'll not be audible, then please let me know, so that due to some problem, it might happen like that. Okay, then at least I would come to know about that. Yeah, I'm not audible to you people. Then I'll restore my.
Sure,
yeah. Okay. And why I have taken this particular audience is mechanical engineering students, na? Can you confirm?
Yes, sir. From mechanical
Okay.
engineering.
Yes. Okay. Then I have taken this particular topic, fundamentals of green manufacturing and its importance. This is very contemporary. We all know, you might have gone through the manufacturing. Manufacturing is just like a terminology we use in our curriculum as a production. There is not too much difference between manufacturing and production. That's why here just I say I have taken this as a green manufacturing. Then you might have heard also that why green? Green always. These times we are encountering the word green everywhere. Green product, green manufacturing, green automobile, in that way. Then what are the importance? Why we should make our production activities green? How it will help, how we can do it, and why it is important. Being this Bachelor of Engineering or Bachelor of Technology students in this particular young age, we should understand why these things are important. Because what happens actually in manufacturing, or if you go to some industry, then you find out that just the objective of the people, those who are making some products or doing some business in manufacturing industry, just they want to earn the profit. They're not considering other aspects. What are the important other aspects? I'll cover one by one, and why we should consider those aspects along with the profit. We must not ignore those kind of the aspects. That's why I've taken this one, just to give the glimpse and to give the, I should say, the basics, so that I can expect from young engineer, mechanical engineer, wherever they would be in future, then they must have this kind of the orientation. How we can make the product considering the environment, how we can make the product considering the low waste, how we can make the product considering the resources, use of the less resources. Then in that the presentation of 1 hour, we'll discuss these aspects. And because 1 hour is a very limited time for this particular and important topic, but here I'll try to give my best just to introduce the important concepts, and I'll highlight why we should go with the green manufacturing. Okay, then this would be our flow of presentation. I'll cover my presentation. I'll motivate first why green manufacturing is important. Then I'll bring and discuss about the history. You might have seen the history and you might be aware about the history. Then moving further, I'll introduce the basic terminologies, basic production terminologies. Then one by one, I'll discuss try to relate with what is the traditional, what is the sustainable manufacturing, what are the difference between both, what are the approaches to achieve the green manufacturing, how we can change traditional manufacturing to the green or sustainable manufacturing. Then I'll also throw the light on the principles and practices of the green and sustainable manufacturing. Then importantly, I'll highlight the drivers and barriers, why companies should adopt the green practices, why companies should not adopt. What are the reasons to take the green initiatives in their organizations, and what might be the reasons to stop initiate the activities of green manufacturing. And finally, I'll tell you about what are the importance, why we should do this one. In this way, I'll cover my entire presentation. Then these are the motivations. I think you might be aware about that. Manufacturing has played a key role in the generation of employment, comforts, and wealth of the nation since Industrial Revolution. That is the role of the manufacturing. Okay, always. Then, as per the United Nations, if the global population reaches the figure of 9.6 billion by 2050, we will need 3 equal Mother Earths to sustain current lifestyle for everyone. This is the important aspects. As our population is growing, the speed of the population, then what will happen? All we know that how many Earths we have only one Earth. We have natural resources, limited natural resources. In this way, if we'll increase our population will increase, then what will happen in the future? It will consume the resources available in the Earth. Then definitely these are the limited resources. Then how we should manage these resources? This is one important concern which motivates towards green manufacturing. Means we should shift from traditional manufacturing to the green manufacturing. Then another important aspect is the manufacturing industry contributes to significant portion of world's total energy and resources consumption. Means manufacturing has a lot of contributions. Means I can say that manufacturing industry takes a lot of energy and resources. Similarly, the energy consumption rose 61% between 1971 and 2016. See this data. What we were using, the demand of the energy in 1971, and currently this is a 2016 data. So that was the enhancement of the demand of the energy is 61%. Then how we can produce the energy? Energy is being used by the mostly non-conventional, thermal power stations. Then coals are very limited. Then how we can move forward? What we should do so that can be sustained for the future generations also. Then manufacturing is responsible for 30% of the world's total CO2 emission. This is the contribution of the production industries and manufacturing industries for the CO2 emission, global warming. Then these are the important aspects why we should think about the green manufacturing, why we should move from conventional manufacturing practices to the green manufacturing. So these things triggers me a lot. I think you people also feel in this way. These are the major contributors for the global warming, resource consumption. Then how we can mitigate these things? Then the answer will be given by the concept that is called green manufacturing. Then now, let me introduce the history of the manufacturing. In 1700 year, Industrial Revolution was started. Moving forward, in 1782, steam engine was introduced. Then manufacturing was taken as the important factor for the growth of the wealth of the nation. That was started in 1786. Manufacturing is considered in that way. Then 1719, interchangeable parts were introduced and started manufacturing. Then gradually the manufacturing has progressed slowly from 1700 to 2010, and now this is a 2020. Then globalization and outstanding. outsourcing, green revolution, and here now the time is green manufacturing, sustainable manufacturing. Then in that way, the manufacturing, this is the history of the manufacturing. This way manufacturing has evolved during the last 200, 250 years, 300 years, I should say 300 years. Then by this graph of this presentation, you can understand. I think you might have heard about that. People are talking, some professors are also talking in that way. Researchers are thinking, what is Industry 4.0? Then started in 70s, that is named as this evolution is classified into the 4 categories: Industry 1.0, Industry 2.0, Industry 3.0, Industry 4.0. This current time is for the Industry 4.0. Okay, people talk too much about this. Researchers are also working in this direction. Then in Industry 1.0, what it covers, it was steam and water mechanization. That was started our manufacturing in that era of 1700. Then after 115 years around, then that time was named as Industry 2.0. That is that era has that had the electric energy and mechanical control systems for machines, automation, and mass production. This way, the difference between sorry evolution means how the manufacturing was, I should say, grown from 1.0 to 4.0, and 4.0 is what? This is the time of sustainable manufacturing, green manufacturing, IoT, Internet of the Things in the manufacturing, big data analytics, AI and ML. All these latest concepts are introduced with the manufacturing practices, how these concepts, latest concepts, can be useful and how it can help to make manufacturing more reliable, more sustainable. That's why all these are the must, and now this is called the Industry 4.0. So this is the current revolution. I can say that is the entire revolution of the manufacturing since last 300 years. Then, am I audible, Pradeep? Dr. Pradeep?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. Then in that way, this is the little history of the manufacturing. Then this, I'll take here the basics of production. All of you know about the production. What is the production? It is the just transformation of raw materials or inputs to outputs by using the different resources, machines, and equipments. This is called the means simple definition of the production. Okay, then here what I have taken is example, because this is a beautiful morning, and I have taken the example of the pancakes, and here I am comparing cooking as a manufacturing. Then there is a one company that is called the Aramis International House of Pancakes. They produces 700 pancakes. They use 500 eggs. These are the resources. Means I can say that these are the inputs to make pancakes. The inputs are what? Eggs, pork, and other things. Waiter, cooker, cooks in that way. And average time is required to break fast is 60 seconds. Then manufacturing is here. I'm comparing with the cooking. Then what are the things which are required to 7,000 pancakes? These are the list to show the direction, what we can do to make this cooking more green or more green manufacturing. Then moving forward, then I have got another example of the food again. Food on modern cruise ship. There is a ship who supplies the 12,000 meals. To supply the 12,000 meals, they need some raw materials and inputs to make these meals, as well as they need some energy also. Then the question arises, can same number of food with less energy and reduce waste be supplied? This is the question. Then I would like to encourage the participants, dear young minds, can you think about this? Is it possible to supply 12,000 meals using less energy and reduce waste? Is it possible? If possible, then how? And if possible, then what that is called? If you are thinking in that direction, means how we can reduce the resources and consumption of energy, how we can reduce the waste, how we can reduce the other materials, then this type of the thought process is called something different apart from your conventional manufacturing. That takes you to, I should say, towards the sustainable or green manufacturing. Then the answer, then again I am posing your question is whether these manufacturing or service activities can be performed by using less energy and less resources. If yes, then how? Then answer how here will try to answer this question how. And you people know that thing. I will not take too much on that. Transformation process of inputs into outputs, as I said, that is called the production process. Transformation process is to be efficient and the output is of greater value than the sum of inputs. That is the production objective, traditional production objective. And transformation process can be physical, manufacturing of the products. Okay, this is a one transformation process. You need to make suppose there is a one mobile, you want to make the mobile, then that is the manufacturing of the mobile. That is the physical transformation, and that is called the manufacturing. Similarly, suppose I want to transfer some material from the Barodara to Ahmedabad, then we need to some locational transformation. Okay, that is called the transportation. Everywhere these transformations. Just take an example here, another example. This is exchange. Retail, we should visit Big Bazaar. We visit Big Bazaar and other malls also. Then we find that there is something scope how we can reduce the energy consumption. Okay, and the more green manufacturing more focuses on this physical and manufacturing transformation process. What concepts and what activities can be implemented over there? Okay. Then these are the basics things, and I think you might have seen this picture, and in another form also people have introduced this picture to you. This is a traditional manufacturing system. Just to use some manufacturing process technologies, then simply you can produce the items and it goes to the customers and the feedback is come to you. Then again you improve in that way. This is a pictorial representation of the conventional manufacturing. Okay, then can the same product, just think about that, whatever manufacturing are being done over there, just I have put the example, I have quoted the example of the mobile, then the mobile manufacturing can be done with less quantity of raw materials and energy? If yes, then how? Then that is then you can get the answer of that thing towards, means green manufacturing will tell the methods, terminologies, concepts to make the products with less energy and less raw material. Okay, that is the difference between the conventional and green manufacturing. Improve the efficiency, reduce waste, reduce defect, and sustainability. Why it is called the green? Green is towards the environment. We should think about environments also along with the profit, money. An objective of traditional manufacturing are just looking at the transformation from productivity perspective, increase the output of high value-added products, produce high quantity products and services in economic and time-bound fashion, produce goods that are needed and wanted. And that is the objective, okay? And now I have brought sustainability or green manufacturing. Then as I said, manufacturing is an important sector of economy, supports to different sectors. This is true, very true. For any nation, manufacturing plays a significant role for the growth and the GDP. Then the negative aspect of the manufacturing, because it has some drawback. First, manufacturing is the responsible for the global warming, as I presented in the first slide, motivation slide. Solid waste production, it has a significant contribution. Manufacturing industry has a significant contribution towards the waste production. Natural resource depletion, we need material, we use some raw materials, ores from our mother earth, then it uses a lot of natural resources. Then as and when we need more, our population will increase, demand will increase, then in that way we need to produce more items. Then to make more items we need more resources. Then there is a limited resources. That's why then another cause is what? Consumption of energy resources. Then in that way lots of energies are required. Then how? These can be mitigated. It cannot be stopped, because if you will have the manufacturing or production activities, you will have to some kind of the global warming, small amount of then how we can improve this thing? The answer is what? Green manufacturing. The answer of these problems is the green manufacturing. Green manufacturing represents an imperative manufacturing strategy with its goal to minimize environmental impact and resource consumptions through practices such as green product design. That way, green manufacturing helps you to mitigate the negative impact of the manufacturing. I think I'm able to explain you what is green manufacturing and why this is important. And again, there are some figures by which you can think about that. Think about that. This is the contribution of manufacturing industry for the solid waste. 20.2% water removal means manufacturing companies are responsible for that much of the percentage of water used by that manufacturing company. Similarly, manufacturing companies are responsible for consuming up to about 22.2% of Earth's fossil fuel. It's a significant amount of all these things which are manufacturing. How we can reduce this data, then we should think about that, how we can change our conventional manufacturing practices, conventional manufacturing technologies. Okay, the next is that energy demand accounts for half of the world's overall energy demand by the manufacturing industry. So this is the major cause where we should target. Being a young minds, being a mechanical engineer, you will get an opportunity to work in a manufacturing. Some of you may work in a good manufacturing industry. Then in that way, you can think about that, how you can contribute towards this environment, this mother earth, this nature. Being an engineer, then just don't think so that you just to make a product, to just don't focus on the productivity. You must also consider while manufacturing these important aspects as well. Then how these can be addressed? The answer is same, that is the green manufacturing. Okay. So far, if you have any question, then you can ask. Anybody can ask. I don't think so they can ask, Pradeep, because they are connected with the Facebook.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Then sustainability and manufacturing. So I think all of you have seen that, and I think all of you are aware about also that what is sustainability. Sustainability is then this is what, it's a new paradigm in manufacturing. Sustain or maintain. So this is what sustainability is, what development that meets the need of present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. Sustainable development is what balancing efforts to meet human needs without destroying or degrading the environment. Then now this is a pre-new paradigm in manufacturing. Means, as I said, we need this thing in our manufacturing practices. There's the thing, how you can say that our manufacturing is sustainable. Just I have put here one small example. 1 kg of raw materials is required, is made using the iron ores. 1 kg of iron ores, we are able to make 500 grams of this steel in year. Current year, you can say that 2022. Okay. Then similarly down the line in year, after 100 years, 2121, same thing will happen. If not, then we should do present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. Then we should not explode, we should not utilize the resources just for our current generation. We should also think how we can use, how we can save, how we can preserve for the future generation too, because there is only single mother earth. Okay, then that is the sustainability. That's why the sustainability and green manufacturing aspect is required. Then see this picture, as I have shown that traditional manufacturing, and here this is what green manufacturing system. Here these things are the extra as compared to others. If you have seen that the conventional manufacturing has this much of the things, just input, resources, energy, and output and materials. Then here what? Again, then these are the extra things or concepts which can be added into the conventional manufacturing to make these are named as 6R concepts. These are given by the researchers. Name is redesign, reuse, recycle. Means we have to increase the life cycle of the product. If you can, if possible, then it's because how we can means suppose if we increase the life cycle of the product, then suppose I use the mobile and its life cycle, current life cycle is 3 years. After 3 years, this is being disposed into the land. Then can we enhance 3 years to 5 years? Can we extract the accessories or parts of the mobile that can be used in another mobile? Another, I think you might have seen in the malls nowadays some that laptop is called in that cost of that thing is smaller than as to the newer one that is called which kind of the laptop this is green laptop or something they say. So that is made by the what? They are made by the extracting the parts from the some means thrown laptop, and they are now recovered and made a new laptop. Then in that way can be enhanced. Then if we do in this way, we adopt some green concepts, approaches, then definitely the life cycle will increase. Then if life cycle of the product will increase, then we need less resource, we need less energy, we need less we need some less material. Then we can preserve, we can sustain the existing resources. So in that way, this helps us. Then this is a simple definitions which is given by the US Department of Commerce defines green manufacturing as underline the creation of manufactured products that use processes that minimize negative environmental impacts, conserve energy and natural resource, and are economically sound. According to the Ten et al., GM is an imperative manufacturing strategy for the 21st century, integrating all the issues of manufacturing with its ultimate goal of minimizing environmental impact and resource consumption. This is the definitions. Then now I'll show you the objectives of the green manufacturing. The objective of the green or sustainable manufacturing is what? Minimize the production of greenhouse gas so that directly we can reduce global warming. We can reduce the impact of the global warming. Maximize the recycling. We should maximize how many times we can use. We can recycle the unused products. Eliminate, minimize the waste. Conserve, minimize energy consumption during production. Develop product that consume minimal energy during operations. Think about that. This is the approach. These are the objectives. Then being a mechanical future engineer, then you'll get an opportunity to work in some manufacturing industry in different roles. Then each and every roles you can think about green and sustainable manufacturing, how you can apply these things and how you can save and how you can contribute towards your environment and global warming. Eliminate non-eco-friendly process in manufacturing. Okay, then in that way. Then traditional manufacturing is, we can say that more focuses on the productivity, while green or sustainable manufacturing more has a focus on the sustainability. These are the focus, you can relate that. These are the objectives, and each and every objective has direct focus on the sustainability, how we can enhance the things, how we can use more raw materials, how we can save the raw materials, how we can reduce the waste. Okay, then these are the objectives. And elements of the green manufacturing means only this is the holistic approach of the green manufacturing. Because if you think about to make green products, then you should means you have to have some green design, as well as to make the green products, you must have the process which can support your objective and system also. That's why this is called the means in holistically any manufacturing company can think about to change and to enhance their product processes and systems towards achieving the green and sustainable, then only they can achieve. In isolation, suppose there is a one manufacturing company, they want to change the processes only, they don't want to change the systems, then it will not be, I should say, the more effective towards achieving the green manufacturing. Then being a manufacturer, or you can say that the expert or manufacturing engineer, then you have to think about that holistically or integrated manner. It means you have to think about the products as well as process as well as the systems. Okay, then in that way, the way if you think in integrated manner, then definitely the result would be different as compared if you think only in isolation manner. Then here, and another thing now, common approaches, then being an engineer, manufacturing engineer, we should think. This is the life cycle approach. These are divided into the 4 stages. Pre-manufacturing means here also we should think about that whenever we are extracting the material from the mines, then how we can make extraction of the mining process more green. Similarly, while making the products also, we should think about that. At the time of using the material, we should think about that. And after useful life, then also post-use, usage, think about that, how we can reduce the impact of that thing, negative impact of material towards environment. Then in all stages, manufacturing engineers and experts and organizations should think about that to make more green thing. That's why we should think in each and every cycles. Then this is the 6R approach. As I said, by the graph, you can understand this thing. This is showing what, as I said, there are the 4 life cycle stages: pre-manufacturing, manufacturing, use. This was the conventional. Okay. Then manufacture, then use, then landfill. After this, in manufacturing, conventional manufacturing style, then that is directly landfill. Then introducing the 6R approach. If company wants to think about the green and sustainable thing, then they have to think about reuse. Should we landfill the material after use, or we can reuse? How we can reuse that material? What are the parts which we can extract and we can make a new product? How we can use that thing? Then here you can think that how the using this post-use approaches, how the life of the product. Earlier, the first life cycle was here up to this time, landfill. I think my cursor is visible to you people. Then if you apply the 6R approaches in manufacturing, then how we can enhance the life of the product. And directly, if we are enhancing the life of the product, then we are moving towards less consumption of the raw materials, energy. In that way, we are helping. In that way, these 6R approaches are helpful. Then similar things I have shown, whatever pictures. This is a different picture. Then now green approaches. Then suppose you will get an opportunity to work in manufacturing. Then how you can do that thing. Then now it comes after understanding the basic concepts. Then now it comes for the implementation part. Okay. Then in that way, if you get an opportunity to work in some organizations, then you should think in that how we can, suppose currently manufacturing company is consuming, suppose say for example 100 watts of the energy to make one product. Then can we reduce it by 80? What methods can be used? Can we use the renewable energy source? Which kind of the energy source is being used? Boost energy efficiency. What can be done for the using the enhancing the energy efficiency? Then being an engineer, if you can do this thing, then definitely you are helping to achieve the sustainability and green manufacturing. Water use reduction, discharge, there is a compulsion nowadays. It directly relates to the reduce and reuse 6 concepts. Emission reduction, because I have a limited time, because that's why I'm not going through in very detail how we can achieve this one. Then because if I'll elaborate one by one, then I'll not be able to complete my presentation in a stipulated time. Okay, that's why just I'm touching, and the students are requested, if they'll feel and they'll have some queries, then they can directly write to me. And Dr. Pradeep, you are requested to share more in this direction, then definitely they can contact me. Okay, Dr. Pradeep? Yes. Because this is a one interaction, okay. Anyway, and already I got an instruction to finish by 12:30. That's why I'm not elaborating too much. And these are the approach. Means coming engineers should think about that. How we can reduce the raw material, how we can waste can be reduced. In that way, if you think able to control and implement these activities in your manufacturing organizations, then definitely you will move forward towards attaining the objective of the green manufacturing. These are some principles. Okay, according to the dictionary definition, the term principles refers to the fixed or predetermined set of policies, ways of actions or conducts. Principles are fundamental concepts that serves as a basis for actions as an essential framework for establishment of more complex system. Then here I am giving the some glimpse of the principles. Principles are the what? Those are called the fundamental concepts. Then if you want to achieve green manufacturing, then what principles? Principle may can guide you to achieve that thing. Then according to the principles, you have to make your action plan. You have to implement, you have to do something, then definitely you'll achieve this one. Then there are the basically two principles that is given by the Lowell Center of Sustainable Production. That is very big center of the sustainable manufacturing, and share value principles. Then there are the 9 principles given by the LCSPS. Then think about that. What first principle is what? This is focused to the perspective. Products and packaging are designed to be safe and ecologically sound throughout their life cycle. Then at the time of designing the product and packaging of the product, engineer, those who are responsible to design the product and packaging material, they should think about that, how this can be made more green so that it should be ecological sound throughout their life cycle. In that way you can achieve. Okay, this is the guideline, this is the directions at the time of working. Suppose one of your classmate would become a design engineer. Then company has a target to achieve the environmental goal. Then they should think at the time of designing this particular mobile, what should be the part at the time of designing the product so that it can be helpful for the environment. Similarly, second principle is waste and ecologically incompatible byproducts are reduced, eliminated, or recycled. Energy and materials are conserved at the time of manufacturing, at the time of designing, at the time of transportation, everywhere. We should think in that direction. Chemical substances or physical agents and conditions that present hazardous to human health or the environment are eliminated. So those are 4. Then there are some principles which are targeting to the social perspective. Workplaces and terminal technologies are designed to minimize or eliminate clinical, ergonomic, and physical hazards. Management is committed to an open, participatory process of continuous evaluation and improvement, focused on the long-term economic performance of the firm. Work is organized to conserve and enhance the efficiency and creativity of the employee. Means these principles are more or less, you can say that, focusing towards make holistic, make conducive environment for the workers, employees, and officers to work in the organizations so that they can be happy while working. There should be a provision of this some good ventilation. In that way, company can think about to achieve this goal. Then there are some social perspective also. Here we should not discuss too much about the social perspective because this particular webinar is towards the focus of the green. Then environmental is the sufficient. Okay, then I'll share these slides with you people, and I'll send these slides to Dr. Pradeep Kumar Kars, and he'll share with you. And these are some principles. And now some practices. After understanding the principles, what practices should be there? Then these are the practices. Green or sustainable manufacturing practices is also understood as the actions. अब आ गई बात किसकी? Till now we have discussed the principles. Then now how you can implement. Then you need some actions, initiatives, and techniques that are helping to control or mitigate time. Then in that way, you have to have projects. Okay, so this will help in this direction. Then these are some small list of the production, how you can achieve. Sustainable product design is one of the practice which can be implemented in organizations to achieve this goal. Sustainable process design also, sustainable technology, lean practices. I think you might have heard about the lean. Okay, then this should be the manufacturing practices must inculcate lean practices. Sustainable supply chain or green supply chain management should be practiced. The product recovery and return practices should be encouraged. Clean production and agile products. These are the some small list. Okay, there are the n number of the practices which are available, and if companies adopt these kind of the practices, then definitely they'll have different output, and definitely they'll means I should say that they'll move forward towards the green and sustainable manufacturing. Then now, what are the things which stops, and what are the things which motivates to implement green manufacturing? Then these are named here as a drivers and barriers. Okay, then these are classified endogenous and exogenous. Endogenous matlab internal, exogenous matlab external. So suppose I am a manufacturer, I want to implement green manufacturing. Then why I should do, why I should not do? This question arises. Then here, the why I should do, what things motivates me to implement the green manufacturing, those are called the drivers, and what things hinders to implement the green manufacturing, those are called the barriers. Then here I will give these some list, then you can relate that. Exogenous means external stakeholder pressure. What do you mean by that? There are the government norms, you can say that is the regulations. Okay, government is also a stakeholder. Government has posed, you might have seen that in thermal power stations, they cannot dissipate the CO2 and this and that. There are some norms. Okay, in that way, because that is a compulsory. Regulations cannot be, you can say that, avoided to run the business. And another stakeholder is, suppose I am customer, I am sitting in USA, and I want to take material from Indian manufacturer, and I need green material, because in Western country, these practices are, I can say that, in very higher side as compared to our country, India. Okay, then that is the pressure. If you want to supply the materials to the European and Western countries, then we must have some green practices. Okay, then these are the drivers to implement the green practices. Customer awareness, I said that customer are also now, आप लोग भी जाते होंगे तो देखते होंगे कि at the time of purchasing the electronic gadgets, we see that which star refrigerator is, which star, 5-star, 7-star nowadays. In that way they are promoting their products. Okay, then this is a customer awareness. Okay, customers are looking for the green products. Government support and promotions for catering to the both domestic and international markets. In that way, these are the prices. Success stories of sustainable manufacturing in other organizations, that also motivates. Suppose there is some neighboring company, they are doing green practices and they have a lot of business, then that motivates, that drives us to implement the green manufacturing. Availability of information on proper practices, that also one of the factor. Suppose I am a manufacturer, I want to implement, but I do not have the information, I do not have the resource persons to implement this kind of things. Then if we have some people are surrounding us, then definitely that can work as a driver to implement the green practices. Then endogenous, internal, what can be the drivers? Environmental collaboration with the suppliers, availability of the funds for green projects. This is also one of the important factor. Potential to use as a marketing tool or company image. Yes, we should highlight. That is also drives. Top management of awareness and support is also endogenous driver. Employee involvement and company culture. Technology infrastructure is one of the important parameter to go ahead with the green practices. Economic benefits also, why we should, means whether we'll get the benefit or not in terms of money, then only you can drive, you can implement. Desire to attain green publicity, desire to reduce cost, innovate and become a pioneer. Okay, so these are the things which are called the drivers, indigenous, exogenous. Then now I'll discuss about what are the things which hinders you to implement. This is exogenous, lack of awareness program conducted locally. Okay, lack of government regulations are not available. Lack of success stories of sustainable manufacturing in other organizations. Lack of customer awareness of green and sustainable products. Lack of demand from external stakeholders. No tax benefit or other rewards. So these are some exogenous barriers. And endogenous, negative attitude towards sustainability and green concept. Lack of funds available for green projects. This might be one reason, because company can think about that. If they do not have the money, then they should not go for the green practices. This might be one of the reason. Lack of the employee and management commitment, increment in overall cost. lack of specific ideas on what to do and when to do. So these are the some things which can hinder to implement the green. High cost of the training requirement, lack of awareness of sustainability concepts in a firm. These are the things by which you can means company can think about that, why we should do, why we should not do. So these are the things which drives and stops towards the green manufacturing. The next is why companies pursue green manufacturing or sustainable manufacturing. This is the one. Another important question is what? To increase operational efficiency by reducing cost and waste. If they'll do that thing, then definitely they'll get the less cost as well as less waste would be, then maximum utilization of resources will happen. Here I'll tell you one example. While doing my research, I visited you might have heard about that, one of the manufacturing paint manufacturing companies. There are the various manufacturing, Asian, Narolac, Anna, and that there are the big companies. Then I got an opportunity to visit one of that big multinational paint manufacturing company. Then what I've seen over there, that water-based paint, there are the various types of the paints. Then I visited that plant where water-based paint, the paint which is used in our domestic purpose, generally in wall painting. Okay. Then I've seen that one of the important raw material of that paint is that is TiO2, titanium dioxide. Okay, it is a very costly material, and the nature of the material is that the something it's sticky. Okay, and there was a big drum, and in that drum there was a mechanism by which it pours into the drum. That mechanism opens the bag. Matlab, it's a 50 kg or 100 kg bags. It opens and it pours into that drum, and due to the nature of the sticky nature of the TiO2, some of the material are left out inside of the bag. Then I observed that then I started thinking towards that, then how we can do that thing, how we can save it. Then because huge amount of the TiO2 was used over there, they are using that TiO2, and that was costly. Then we did a research on that, how we can save these materials, how we can recover this TiO2 from the left out material in bags. Then we found one of the answer of that one is there is one machine that is called the dedusting machine. Suppose 1,000 of the bags are if we have a purchase, we suggested to purchase a dedusting machine, then that all the bags which has some material TiO2 that was not poured into the drum, then all the bags were put inside that dedusting machine. Dedusting machine vibrates and hails it like that in such a way that all the materials, okay, and that there is some temperature also, a little bit temperature, so that its stickiness can be reduced. Then in that way, lots of the materials were recovered. Think about that. That was a small initiative. Then the companies saved a lot of money, as well as the requirement of the raw material is reduced. So that is the one. That is the example of the one green initiative. In that way, and we got some good feedback from the organization. They have invested some money to purchase that dedusting machine, because cost is important factor. As I said that is the one kind of barriers to implement the green manufacturing. But the company took this in a positive spirit. They invested the money to purchase the dedusting machine. They installed, and the cost of that machine is recovered in a year. Okay, so that was the one of the beautiful example of the dedusting green manufacturing initiative. In that way, operational efficiency and cost can be reduced to respond to or reach new customers and increase competitive advantage. If you are green, then you can reach to the more customers, protect and strengthen brand and reputations, and build public trust. Then build long-term business validity and success, respond to the regulatory constraints and opportunities. So these are some of the important things which triggers towards implement the green and sustainable manufacturing. Okay, then now with this slide, I would like to stop my presentation. and I'm over here, then please go through this slide, and it has a lot of message. To my dear young students and the faculty members, those who are listening to me, then this is my humble request to all of you. Please don't waste water. I'll say one small example because it is very painful to me whenever I see the people cleaning their cars by pouring a lot of water on that car. Means 50 to 100 liters of the waters are poured on top of the car to clean the car. Is it feasible? Is it viable? Should we do this practice? Then I think all must have the cars, and all of must have the cars in our family, our home. Then, being a young mind, please take some small initiatives. And if you feel, if you find someone who is pouring the water on the car, then you should come forward and request them, please don't waste water in this way. You can use 1 or 2 bucket of water. By wet cloth you can clean your car. Don't waste rest of the 40 bucket of the water. So this is my message to my wonderful young minds. Okay, this is small message, and it should start because charity should be started from our home. And I do this thing, and people react and repelled also. But then with the folded hand, I request to all those who I see in this way. Then I found in my society significant change I observed. There was a resistance earlier, but now people are understanding. Then with this message, I would like to stop my presentation. And once again, I would like to extend my warm thanks to the Dr. Pradeep Kumakars and Head of the Department Mechanical Engineering and the management of the Parul Universities to providing wonderful opportunity. And thanks to my listener, young minds, students, those who heard me and listen me. And I hope I have whatever we have discussed, they'll implement and they'll do something in their life. Thank you very much, one and all. Pradeep, now I'm over.
Thank you so much, sir, and for giving your valuable knowledge to our students, our PhD scholars, and our faculty also about this interesting topic. And also, we appreciate you for making a time in your busy schedule. And thank you again. And I would like to thank you all the faculty, students who have joined this webinar. And if you have any query, any doubt, you send me a mail to the Ganesh Shukla sir. He will definitely reply you. Thank you, sir, for giving your time.
Okay. And now can we disconnect?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Do you have the recording of this session, or you do not?
Yes, sir. You can see the
live
whole session in the Facebook, sir. Facebook Live.
Okay. Then later on also I can see that session in the Facebook page.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Pradeep. And thank you one and all. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, sir.